Okay, it's beer o'clock again on the Real Ale Guide. Today we've got a beer from Sweden and it's a bottle of Brekeriet Saison. This one is coming in at 6.5% ABV. There's the Brekeriet cap. Let's get this beer open into a glass and see what we get. Really enjoy the Brekeriet beers. Wow. They kind of specialise in their saisons, and well, the beers I have reviewed, if you want to check out my previous reviews of their saisons, do just go put it in the Real Ale Guide, in the YouTube bar, sorry, put in Real Ale Guide Brekeri and you'll find my reviews of their other beers, but they brew some fantastic beers. The beer was sent to me from Johan, so thank you very much to Johan from Sweden for sending me the range of beers. It's been an absolute delight. I've got one more beer to review, but that's a Christmas beer, so we're going to keep that for five months now, 5-6 months down in the cupboard before we crack that. So cheers for this range of beers, Johan. This beer is a 2-finger white head. It's nicely carbonated, slightly hazy, golden in colour, great kind of smoke on the opener as well. It's kind of a big pow. I can't wait to get my nose into this one. And yeah, that kind of funky farmyard horse blanket smell just keeps coming and coming and coming from these saisons. Brilliant range of beer and a lovely style. Yeah, a bit malty, but just extremely funky. I'm going to dive into this one. Cheers, everybody. Sour, funky, revitalising. Always find these beers revitalising. Big kind of booming carbonation. Naturally carbonated from the second fermentation process in the bottle. It's a beer, and I keep maintaining this in my saison reviews, that it's a beer that if I've had a long day, maybe a long day with the kids, or maybe a long day at work, or if I've had a long day in general and I'm a bit, I come home, crack one of these saisons out, and it's just, you can feel it as soon as it hits your tongue. It kind of wakes your brain up instantly. Apple, juicy kind of golden delicious apple, and then it's mixed with a kind of grapey champagne flavour as well. But Brekeriet, I believe they're 3 brothers who brew these beers. They've gone out, they've not said, right, because they're a fairly new brewery. It's 2013, if you're watching, around about 2013. They're a fairly new brewery, they're about a year old, and they didn't go along the grain of a lot of other breweries are kind of brewing big hoppy American style IPAs, pale ales. They've gone, we're going to brew some saisons, and they've done that, and they made a decision, and they got it right. They brew, and I keep banging on about this, but they brew some wonderful saisons, from peach, apricot saisons to blackcurrant saisons. Their cassis, which is an unbelievable beer, absolutely fantastic. I think it's had 98 on Rate Beer. Really well worth kind of, pardon me, looking for. That's the thing with these beers. It's very difficult doing a beer review with such carbonated beers and not kind of do a small burp. Apologies there. Back to the review. Also got a lovely mouthfeel. A really refreshing, drinkable mouthfeel. The first time I tried a Saison was, I went straight in with one of the big Saisons. I can't think of the name of the company now, but it was one of the main kind of original kind of Saison producers. And it was sour and nice and tasty. I got it, I understood it, but it was still a case of, yes, I enjoyed it, but I'd like to get used to the style. I feel I've got on top of the style now, and it just, when you get on top of a style, and when you start to really, really enjoy a style of beer, it's just more enjoyment after more enjoyment. And I believe now Saisons are right up there with one of my favourite styles. It's a wonderful beer. Time for a rating then on Brekeriet Saison. It's, as I said, it's wonderfully fruity. Apple, champagne, bit of cider in there. Kind of apple, cider and champagne colliding. It's nice and sour. It's funky. It's fantastic, fantastic eye-opening kind of experience from the Brekeriet Brewery that I've had. Okay, so I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 from the Real Ale Guide. Please put your comments in the comments box. Thank you very much to Johan again for sending the beers. Subscribe to my daily beer reviews, and cheers.